Hello beautiful people, welcome back to my channel Wake Up Bright, where I share all the things that help me live each day a little brighter. I am April Lauren on a journey to lose 200 pounds in a way that I am able to sustain it for the rest of my life. I have been sharing my slow and steady weight loss journey here on my YouTube channel long enough for this to be my third birthday that I am sharing. In this video, I am sharing little bits and pieces of my birthday, and it is also weigh-in Wednesday, so my weigh-in from the 21st. So without further ado, let's dive in. Morning came slowly and with a slight chill. I woke up feeling super rested, made a large glass of water, played with my pups, watered my growing babies, drank some of my element, took my fur babies for a brisk walk, took some pictures for my mom with my beautiful birthday present from her. I will use this bag every birthday. My husband took me to breakfast at the super quaint little spot on the other side of town. It served the most delicious pancakes. They are pineapple upside down pancakes, no syrup needed, just the batter put on top of the pineapple ring and cherry. So delicious. It tasted like magic. After breakfast, my husband and I headed towards downtown. My birthday fell on Fayetteville's annual International Folk Festival. We watched the parade, enjoying the crisp early fall morning and the excitement that so many people coming together brings. I loved seeing all of the different nationalities represented. It was so beautiful, so beautiful. After the parade, we walked around the festival looking at the local artist work, and then it was lunchtime. It was a wall-to-wall people, and so we decided to head towards this little spot we've been wanting to try. And normally this spot is wall-to-wall people. It's hard to get a table. We were almost the only ones there. So I got a salad and some kebabs, and then we spent time at home. A few hours later, my husband shared, I needed to go pick up my birthday present. I was so excited. Here's the thing. I have wanted a KitchenAid mixer for most of my adult life. I have the fondest memories as a child with my mom in the kitchen, making oatmeal cookies or whatever, and such a sweet gift and something I have wanted for years. So my birthday has taken a little bit of a turn, and that's okay. I'm not complaining. It's just, this is the life. The fact that my husband is home and this is the third birthday in a row I am celebrating with my husband, and he's active duty Army, is amazing. And I'm so grateful. So we want to run 4-mile fun run on base today. And not long after we got home, he started getting text that maybe going to do some storm work. Looks like he might not be able to go to the neon run with me tonight, and that will suck. That will suck. And I'm holding out. I'm holding out that he will. I know a lot of our friends from the gym are gonna be there. Like, I won't be alone necessarily, but it's something special I wanted us to do together. Last year, I did 3 miles for time, and I remember it just happened to like line up. I remember looking at the people coming and thinking like, I'm not there. Like, how awesome would it be to like just go run for fun? And I wasn't there. And so I had like some pretty negative thoughts towards myself, which I was in a darker spot for most of this past year of my life, but that's okay. I hope he gets to come. I hope he gets to come for him, because he wants to do the 4-mile run as sort of like a time trial. Like, or he does it with me today, or if I do it by myself, I'm doing it, and it's gonna be a good time. Be taking this now to get ready for my run in a couple hours. Like, it's not even a couple hours. We have like 90 minutes. I can't believe I'm still going back and forth. I don't know if he's coming, and it's like
Like right now it looks like he's got to pick some stuff up. So he's got to meet there and yeah, it's looking messy. So we're gonna go pick up some glow sticks. I'm gonna have my electrolytes. Today's video is sponsored by Element and I'm so grateful. Element is an awesome company. They have a very clean product. The co-founder of Element, he was doing a low carb diet for medical reasons and he was running low on salt and electrolytes. And so he started creating things at home, trying to find like the perfect mix. If you go to Element's website, they actually have a make your own recipe still. So each little packet has 1,000 milligrams of sodium, 60 milligrams of magnesium, and 200 milligrams of potassium. I get terrible cramps and taking this, I usually take it in the morning. And when I do it in the morning, I usually do it with 32 ounces of water. So it's like not very salty tasting at all. Right now, I've got about 16 ounces of water and it's gonna be a very salty mix. So raspberry is my favorite flavor. They have quite a few. Right now, Element is offering a free variety pack with every Element order. If you use the link in my description below or go to drinkelement.com/April Lauren, that's DRINKLMNT.com/April Lauren. And before I end this part, before we hit the door, because we gotta scoot, using things like electrolyte powder or protein powder, while you don't have to have it, if it is helpful for you, if it helps you meet a need, it doesn't matter if you're not an elite athlete. I got this really condescending comment about how kind of like, who do you think you are using electrolyte powder? Well, I am me. And electrolyte powder has been very helpful for me in feeling less fatigued. Once I get in that like kind of state or low in your electrolytes, like I can feel it. And I love Element because as soon as I drink it, like depending on how sweaty I've been, but if I'm in need, my body knows it. And it's like it hits my tongue and I feel better. Now, it's my birthday. I'm gonna stop talking about that and we're gonna go run and I hope my husband comes.
I got this feeling in my bones I can't ignore. Don't you feel that rhythm? Yeah, yeah. I think I feel the seasons changing. See you later, Rain. I feel it in my bones, yeah. I got this feeling in my bones, feeling in my bones, feeling in my bones. The music never stops, just listen to your heart. We're making music out of nothing. When I'm with you, I feel the sunshine. When I'm with you, I feel the ocean breeze blowing right on me. Don't it feel good? Like the morning sun, like the morning sun. When I'm with you, you make it alright. Baby, come over close to me. Let me feel that breeze. 'Cause when I'm right here with you, everything feels
I had so much fun doing this 4-miler and I did intervals the whole time. I thought at the beginning that I was gonna be running the whole thing. And I got about half a mile in and I was like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna go through my pants. And it was so sad because I kept like running past bathrooms, like there were little parks and things along the way because it was like a 4-mile loop. And I kept running past these bathrooms and they were blocking off the like leaving the road so that everyone stayed on the course. But I'm like passing these bathrooms. I'm like, I'm about to go in my pants. That next, it was probably like a mile and a half. Once I hit that half-mile mark, that like, it was so uncomfortable. I'm like looking and like judging bushes. I'm like, okay, if I get behind that bush, am I gonna be invisible? And I'm like, no girl, you're wearing glow sticks. You're not gonna be invisible. And so anyway, those moments were definitely a low point. And then I finally got to like that water station, which was a little over 2 miles out. And they had a porta potty. And I was like, thank heaven. When I got to the porta potty, like I was like within reach. And this group of kids that like they were unsupervised, like first one just slid in right before me, and then the little one went. I'm pretty sure the little one just pissed all over. So it was a fun time. I was expecting it, so I grabbed like paper towels, and they had like sanitizer and cleaner, and like when I went in there, like I was like prepared. It was horrible in there. And so I like spent a little bit of time cleaning everything, and then I went to the bathroom. And I don't know how I held it until I cleaned it all. I expect to be sharing that in my birthday video. I bet you didn't expect to be hearing it either. So when I came out, one of the girls was about to go in, and the one little kid who was like, don't go in there. There's pee everywhere. And I'm like, yeah, because you peed everywhere. When I got out of that bathroom, that's probably the fastest I ran. Like I got out of the bathroom, I was feeling great. I didn't need to go to the bathroom, and I ran fast and hard for probably the longest time. And it was like, at that point, it was relatively flat, so it was pretty easy to run. I took it pretty easy running most of the way, because the way they did it, it was like you mostly just ran down. Like I don't remember lots of loops or lots of places where you ran up, but there were lots of places where you were at a down incline. And it was probably like right before mile 3, and I'm like, man, 4 miles is a lot longer than 3 miles. Like that's my thought. And I look up and I saw my husband. He came back for me. So we got to run that last mile together. That was so sweet. And I just love him so much. My husband is, I'm getting teary. I am so grateful for his love and his support. Like he shows up for me in so many ways every day, encouraging me along the way, being supportive. The weekend before my birthday, he got up crazy early in the morning and drove me like to my race. It was like 2 hours. The next morning for my DECA, it was like an hour. And then we both volunteered. And I was like I was like, I think we should volunteer. And he's like, okay. And he does that to be supportive of me. Finishing that race with him, it was awesome. And there was like a couple times where I think he could tell like I was slowing up and I was getting ready to like walk again. And he'd be like, he just pushed me like a little bit farther. He'd be like, instead of me stopping like where I was like, this one time specifically, I was like looking at this spot. I'm like, once I get to that line, I'm stopping. And I don't know if he could just like observe that. I'm about to like step on the spot and stop running. And he's like, 30 more feet to the end of the corner over there. And he just did that and kept me going, which so often I have more in the tank. I talk myself out of it. Like I need to stop. And so I'm grateful for him and pushing me in that way, and grateful for the iFit team like coming through. I wasn't expecting for everybody to be there, and there were still a lot of people still on the course, but a handful of people that finished right at 32 to 35 minutes, which is with my husband. He finished right at that 32 minutes, and then everybody trickled in, and then he came to find me, and he passed the next group of people that finished, and they all finished like right at 45 minutes. And then I finished, and I want to say it was just over an hour for the 4 miles. So I am so proud of my 4 mile neon run, and it's such a milestone. The Surf to Sound 5K was a milestone, but I gotta go back in time for this. Like, I want to say like 2008 or so, there's this girl. She still has a blog, with a B, blog. And then she also does like Instagram and things, but her name is Rachel Parcell. And I found her blog, and in that blog, she would post things like she ran like a turkey trot with her family. Her and her family did like a 5K on, and I'm not talking about just like her spouse, like her mom and her dad and like her sisters, like her family would do these like fun runs. And it just seemed like such an amazing way to live and have fitness be part of your life. And at that point, I was quite heavy. It was this thing that like I didn't feel worthy of, almost like worthy of living that life. Like when I looked at that, I was like, that's just, it's too good for me. And I don't know how to describe it other than that. That wasn't the exact thought. Last year on my birthday, I did 3 miles for time. And as I was finishing up, there were so many people going, like they were all like walking past the parking lot. And I had no idea like there was a fun run or whatever, but I just remember thinking like, one day, maybe if I lose enough weight, I'll be able to do that. And that was just last year. I had just done 3 miles for time. And it's kismet that this fun run fell on my birthday. And I'm so grateful that I did it. Grateful that I did it, and grateful for the precedent in my own life that this sets, that, you know, doing that physical activity that I want to do. I want to live a long, happy, and active life. I am the most happy when I am active. And I don't do the physical activity that I do in effort to lose weight. It helps. It's part of it. I do it because it helps me feel alive and happy. And being out in nature is my favorite place. Like doing long hikes, like hiking Timpanogos, it's my favorite. And I'm grateful to be at a point where I was like, hey, hubbin', let's run this race together on my birthday. And he just immediately yes. And it's a milestone in that way that like on a holiday, like, I mean, it's not a holiday, but like for me, on a big special day, we did a physical activity together. And it just, I want when we have our kids, like I want us to be a family that, you know, for Thanksgiving, whether it's an official run or not, that we have traditions like we're going to eat a Thanksgiving meal today, but we're going to do a family 5K first. We're going to do a family hike first. Like we're going to be physically active together, and not in a punishing way, like that's what it's about. Spending that time together and just moving and enjoying life. It's an amazing thing. And so doing this 4 miles, this 4-mile neon run on my birthday was so special. And I am grateful. I am grateful to the person I was when I don't know exactly the moment, but I was like, I'm not putting it off anymore. I'm not putting off things for a future version of myself. And I said that in like my very first video that I started this journey with. I said, I'm not putting things off. And yet it's so easy to slip into that mindset. Even when I started to teach yoga, like when I went and talked to the director of the place where I teach, I was like, so one day I would like to teach yoga here. I just wanted to know, like, you know, I'm losing weight, but like, what would I need in order to teach yoga here? Like, it was it makes me so sad to think about the way I structured my thoughts. Like, I couldn't approach it and be like, hey, I got my yoga teacher certification. I have everything that I need, and I haven't gotten a lot of experience teaching yet, but I'm eager to learn. Like, what do I need to do? Instead, I was almost like apologetic in the way that I was like, and she's like, well, you need a yoga teacher certification. I'm like, okay, well, I have that. Like, what else? And she's like, oh, you need to come in and interview and audition. And I was like, okay, well, when I lose weight, I'll do that. And she's like, why not now? I am so grateful for the angels in my life like her and like you. So many of you reach out and encourage me when I am focusing on the wrong things or looking the wrong way. I'm so blessed to have so many encouraging people, supportive people in my life, like my physical life, and then also here in this online community that we've created. I'm so grateful for each and every one of you. Thank you for letting me share bits of my birthday with you. Still kicking myself for deleting that footage, but maybe the sit down and chat was better. Maybe it was better. Before I close the video, I do want to share my most recent weigh-in. So on the 21st, I weighed in and I weighed in at 259.5. So making progress, and I'm grateful for that feeling, that knowledge that I am going forward and I am doing this thing. Thank you so much for watching and encouraging me. I did have a podcast episode go up before this episode will go live. So if you missed it, definitely check it out. I also recently shared a Deca Strong, my new best mark, if you will. And I'm just so grateful for you. Thanks for celebrating my birthday with me. Love you so much. Bye.